Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Aladin. So, get comfortable. Aladin teaches its audience to be yourself and that you should not feel the need to change for anyone. Aladin's character also shares some characteristics with some of Disney's previous leading ladies. Like Ariel and Belle, Aladin is not happy with his current situation in life and is determined to find more. The movie is about poor street boy Aladin who steals food from the marketplace in Agrabah. He meets Princess Jasmine, who is forced to be married by her wacky father. But later, when Aladin retrieves a magical lamp from the Cave of Wonders, he unwittingly gets a genie who wishes to have his freedom. However, Jafar has his own plans for both Aladin and the lamp. In a film, a street peddler is guiding the audience through the streets of the fictional Arabian city of Agrabah when he pulls out an old oil lamp, claiming it changed the course of a young man's life. And the lamp reveals that the young man was more than what he seemed, a diamond in the rough. The film starts when the peddler tells the story of Jafar, the Sultan's Grand Vizier, and Qasim, a thief. Jafar gives Qasim half of a golden scarab beetle, which he then puts together and flies off into the night. But the golden bug then settles on a sand dune and turns into a giant sand tiger, known as the Cave of Wonders. Standing at the cave door, Jafar orders Qasim to enter a cave to retrieve a lamp, but the tiger's head warns that only one may enter. Then, Qasim attempts to enter, but is killed when the tiger bites him. The golden scarab beetle then turns back into both halves, and Jafar realizes he needs to find the diamond in the rough in order to enter. The next day, on the streets of Agrabah, a young street urchin named Aladin and his pet monkey, Abu, steal a loaf of bread and give it away to hungry kids. Then, they are confronted by a royal prince, who kicks Aladin into a puddle of dirt and declares him a worthless street rat. After that, Aladin and Abu then retire to their abode, with Aladin promising his monkey friend that someday, things will be better. Later, the Sultan is angered by Princess Jasmine's rejection of his advances, and consults with his advisor, Jafar, who claims he can help the Sultan if he gives him his blue diamond ring. Meanwhile, Jafar uses hypnosis to get the ring, and retreats to his private quarters. Later on that evening, Jasmine escapes from the palace, and wanders the streets of Agrabah the next day. There, Jasmine's act of giving an apple to a hungry little boy lands her in trouble, but Aladin intervenes and leads her away from the market. Meanwhile, Jafar has used the blue diamond ring he stole from the Sultan to consult the sands of time, which revealed just who he needs to enter the Cave of Wonders, Aladin. We saw Aladin has retreated with Jasmine to his and Abu's place, and she is rather taken by his kindness. However, Aladin is suddenly attacked and captured by the city guards. Jasmine demands Aladin be released, but Rasul tells her he is acting under orders from Jafar. Returning to the palace, Jasmine reveals she escaped the palace on her own and Aladin had nothing to do with it, but Jafar denies it, sending her away in tears. In actuality, Jafar in disguise helps Aladin escape the royal dungeons, claiming he needs Aladin's help to locate the Cave of Wonders. After the small group arrives at the Cave of Wonders, Aladin and Abu are allowed to enter the Cave of Wonders, where they encounter a sentient magic carpet that leads them to the lamp's location. There, Aladin is able to retrieve the lamp, but Abu breaks the rule and picks up a large ruby, causing the cave to collapse on them. Using the magic carpet, Aladin and Abu manage to get to the entrance of the cave, where an old beggar pleads for Aladin to give him the lamp. Aladin does so, but the beggar reveals a dagger, intending to kill him. Luckily, Abu bites the beggar and both fall back into the cavern as the giant tiger's head disappears again. Aladin finds a worn inscription on the side of a lamp and rubs it, producing a blue genie who tells him he is entitled to 3 wishes, with exceptions. Number 1, he can't kill anyone. Number 2, he can't make anyone fall in love with someone else. Number 3, he can't bring people back from the dead. After that, Aladin uses his street smarts to con Genie into getting them out of the cave without using a wish. He then asks the genie what he would wish for and promises to free him with his last wish. In one point, Aladin wishes to become a prince to be with Jasmine, allowing him to at least try to be with her. Then, he uses his first wish to become a fabulously rich prince, and Abu is transformed into a large elephant to be Aladin's mount. Meanwhile, back in Agrabah, Jafar is still upset that he didn't get the lamp, wanting to find some way to attain power. Later, Jafar attempts to convince the Sultan that there is a clause in the royal rules that if Jasmine has not been suitably wed by a certain time, she is to marry the Great Vizier to save faces. While the Sultan is reluctant to proceed, so Jafar attempts to hypnotize him, but he is interrupted by loud music coming from outside. Although The most important details in this text are the events leading up to Prince Ali Ababa's arrival in the kingdom. The procession is huge, with riches, exotic animals, hundreds of servants, and Aladin himself riding an elephant. While Jafar is suspicious and cold toward the new suitor, and Jasmine is initially unimpressed by Aladin's pompous ways. However, when Aladin removes his hat to shoo away Raja, Jasmine is reminded of the street urchin. Moreover, Aladin tries to gain Jasmine's interest again by telling her how rich and powerful he is, but she remains steadfastly ambivalent. Finally, Aladin decides to leave on his magic carpet and take a long trip around the world, eventually winning her over. After returning Jasmine to the palace, Aladin is roughly seized by palace guards who tie him up and dump him in a nearby lake under orders from Jafar. When he accidentally rubs the lamp, Genie appears and coaxes Aladin into using his second wish to save the boy's life. After that, Aladin returns to the palace to find that Jafar is using his cobra-shaped staff to once again to hypnotize the Sultan, demanding that he order his daughter to marry the treacherous vizier. Then, Aladin figures out Jafar's schemes and smashes the staff. Jafar vanishes before the palace guards can arrest him, but not before spotting the lamp hidden inside Prince Ali's hat. After he's gone, the Sultan sees that Jasmine has accepted Aladin and wishes to marry him. However, Aladin is still troubled by the fact that he's not a real prince and has been lying to the princess. Genie appears and tries to coax Aladin into using his last wish to free him. Then, Aladin tells him he can't free the genie as he wouldn't be the prince that he is without him, convinced he would lose Jasmine if he's proven not to be a prince. The genie suddenly retreats into the lamp, feeling angry and betrayed. Later, Jafar returns to his secret lair beneath the palace, seemingly defeated but laughing hysterically when he realizes who Prince Ali really is. Although, he then sends his pet parrot Iago to steal the lamp, which he does rather easily. Jafar summons the genie. Then, Genie is forced to do Jafar's bidding and appears in a gigantic form, grabbing the palace and taking it to a remote mountain. That moment, Jafar uses his first wish to become the world's most powerful sorcerer and reveals to everyone that Aladin is nothing but a street urchin. Later, he launches him out of the palace in a makeshift rocket which lands in a snowy cold mountain region. Jafar then uses his second wish to become Sultan and imprisons the Sultan and the princess until she agrees to marry him. Trapped in the mountains, Aladin finds Abu in the magic carpet and is able to return to Agrabah, sneaking into the palace. There, he finds the genie, who warns him he can't help him since Jafar holds the lamp. Aladin tries to sneak up on Jafar to steal back the lamp. That time, Jasmine sees Aladin's plan and uses Jafar's wish for her to be in love with him as an excuse to pretend being suddenly enraptured with Jafar to distract him. However, Jafar sees Aladin's reflection in Jasmine's tiara and knocks him away. He then traps Jasmine in a large hourglass where she will eventually be submerged in sand and die. After that, Jafar transforms himself into a giant cobra to terrorize Aladin, who fights back valiantly. While trapped in Snake Jafar's coils, Aladin has an epiphany and cons Jafar into using his third wish. Then telling Jafar that no matter how powerful he gets, the genie will still be more powerful. Jafar falls for the ruse and wishes to be turned into a genie himself, which Genie complies. At a moment, Jafar then changes form, which frees Aladin so he can run to Jasmine's hourglass and break her out before she suffocates. As Jafar revels in his newfound power, Aladin reminds him that being a genie also means becoming a servant to whoever holds the lamp. Then, Jafar is suddenly shackled and is sucked into the new lamp created by his wish and is trapped. After that, Genie takes the Jafar lamp and throws it out into the desert, where it lands in the Cave of Wonders as the new lamp. Later, the genie tells Aladin that if he wants to use his third wish to become a prince again, he can. However, Aladin wishes the genie free. The lamp becomes inactive and the genie's shackles fall off his wrists. Overjoyed that he's no longer a servant, the genie plans to travel the world. At the end, the Sultan, knowing that Aladin is not a prince, decides to let him marry his daughter after seeing how much Aladin and Jasmine care for each other. Later, Abu is changed back into his monkey form and the genie leaves after an emotional goodbye. Eventually, Aladin and the princess are married and Aladin becomes heir to the kingdom. They fly away on Aladin's carpet toward the moon, which turns into the laughing genie's face. So, that was all from the video. Thank you for watching and being part of our family. Just to let you know, we are posting videos every day for you. Please subscribe to give us more motivation, and you will not miss our daily video.